Radio. Your voice, your nation. Radio. Radio. Lifting you higher. Hope on the air. We light the fire. Radio. Radio. We rise together.
There is always something being said about the younger generation. They don't listen anymore. They don't have respect. They are too attached to their phones. Things were better in our time. We've heard this statement so many times that they've almost become part of everyday conversation. But today, we're taking a step back and asking a bigger question. Are we actually raising the next generation well? Because before we point fingers at young people, maybe we need to look at the environment we are creating for them. What are parents teaching them? What are schools teaching them? What are they learning from social media? And what are they picking up simply by watching the adults around them? Welcome to Beyond the Hype. I am Cassandra Olanio, and this is where we go beyond the headlines, beyond the trends, and beyond the popular beliefs to uncover the truth shaping our future. Today, we'll be talking about the next generation, their values, their behavior, their challenges, and the kind of future we are preparing them for. And joining me for this conversation is Dr. Adeolu Olushodo. Welcome back to Beyond the Hype, sir.
Thank you so much, Cassandra. It's nice being here again.
Thank you so much, sir. It's great to have you back. All right, so let's dive into the business of the day. Let's start with a very big question. When you look at young people today, do you honestly feel like we are raising them well, or are there some things we are getting seriously wrong?
Well, the generation we have here now, if we are to do a comparison, we may probably say we are raising them wrong. But if you look at the generation on its own value, without comparing them, one may be tempted to say, yes, this generation is doing well. Of course, it seems like, okay, they have the drive, they have the energy, and they can get things done and stuff like that. But actually, in the real sense, we are not raising them at all.
Okay, so in your opinion, we are not raising them well. All right, so since you said we are not raising them well, there's also this common belief that people always say that young people these days are different. But do you think they are becoming worse, or are adults simply struggling to understand the kind of world they are growing up in?
Yeah, it's not that they actually really living wrong, because they're only responding to the environment that they've been brought into. And what I can say is that the generations ahead of them did not really create a good environment for them to really become the kind of person that they should be, so that they can be able to become responsible adults that will hand over something good and genuine to the next generation. So it's the generation ahead of them that is not creating that environment that is needed for them to actually become that kind of person that can bequeath something good and something sustainable and better for the generation that is coming after them.
Wow, that's very insightful. So we often say that parents are a child's first teachers, but with work, social media, and everything that is competing for their attention, are parents still spending enough time actually raising their children?
Well, the dynamics of family, it has really changed that particular setting. And basically now parents are on the third row of people who are shaping the life of children of these days. You find out that the teachers, the school, take more hours than even the parents now. There are situations, I have a friend, I have a staff that worked in Abuja in a crèche nursery school before coming to Lagos to work with me then. And she narrated this experience that most times parents will bring their children in pajamas to the crèche and to the nursery school, and they come and pick them in the evening in pajamas while the children are still sleeping. So probably on weekends, maybe Saturdays or Sundays, are when the children will have interaction with their parents. So look at the number of hours the children will spend with their parents and the number of hours they will spend in school. So you find that school takes the first position in those who shape the lives of children nowadays. Then secondly, you find that TV, social media is the one now that has taken the second position. Because even at home, you find that the children on their tabs Then once they are at home, then they pick their tabs and they are either watching cartoons or playing games and doing all sorts. So the parents only interrupt. But you go and eat. Have you eaten? Have you done your assignment? And once that is done, they go back to their tabs and they are on social media or in the e-space, in the e-world. So parents basically are probably in the third position, and they are not even contributing anything tangible to the raising up of their children these days. Because like I said, the family dynamics have changed. When we were growing up, we had working mothers, but the working mothers will probably get home latest by 2 p.m., 3 p.m. they're at home, and we don't go to lessons. So they are the ones that do homework for us. They will teach us things, they will tell us things, they will be with us till 8 o'clock when we go to bed. So our mothers spent more time with us, useful time they used to teach us things, tell us about our upbringing, our background, our father. Even when our fathers are not around, they are the ones that will tell us more about who our fathers are, their history, where they came from, and the kind of life they lived when they were still young in their marriage. So those things are no longer there today. So the school take the first position, social media and e-world take the second position, and parents probably take the third position. In fact, sometimes find that even mates and people that work with parents, or mates, lesson teacher, and all those ones take the third position, and the parents will probably take the last position in the shaping of the future of our children these days.
You can actually say that it's the change in working environments that has really affected how parents relate with their children.
Yeah, it's of course, definitely. Like I said, our mothers, they are not staying at home like they used to. Now women now work, and in most families, women are equal breadwinners, or even they are the real breadwinners in families. So we find out so there is a change in the family dynamics, and so parents are no longer there. Even when they are around, find out the mother that's supposed to do the real thing, she's not available.
Right, thank you so much for that. And just as you have said that social media is taking a second position in the lives of the children, and we know that, and just as you have said, it has become a huge part of young people's lives. And like we discussed in some episodes back on Beyond the Hype, about how people, especially young people, now see money, success, and relationships based on how they see it on social media. So how much influence do you think social media has really had on the generation we are raising?
It's huge. The influence is huge, and actually it's what really shaped the outlook for a lot of young people nowadays. Most of the things they believe in, most of the mentality they have, and most of the things they desire to become is shaped by what they see on social media, and that is what it is. So the social media have taken the position of parents, they've taken the position of even most times find out that the other set of people that should have played a role in shaping the lives of children, the elders in the family, the bigger family, the pastors, the imams, and all those ones, that role have been taken over by social media. And so social media is the key factor in shaping the lives of our children these days. In fact, what the school only does is to just give them further information to what social media will give them. I found that most days now, even nowadays, find children in primary school, in secondary school, they will tell you that they gave them assignment and they have told them to go and look on the social media, on the internet, to solve the problems, to do the assignments. And so even teachers are turning to internet as a way to teach the students. So the internet is the key, is the real world now, where children are reared for the next, for the adulthood.
All right, thank you so much for that. So let's talk about discipline. This is a very controversial topic, especially in parenting nowadays, where people believe you don't have to beat a child, do gentle parenting, have conversations with them, where parents are becoming too soft with their children, while some still believe that you need to scold them to teach them. So what does good discipline actually look like today? What do you think it looks like today?
Well, like if you look at discipline, if you look at the conditioning systems that we have in psychology, we have the positive feedback conditioning, we have the negative feedback condition, negative Skinnerian and the Pavlovian conditioning. And find out for actual discipline is the negative that really works, not the positive, because it's just like the theory of management as well, the X and the Y theory of management. X theory of management, you motivate staff and do all those stuffs. Most times find out it's counterproductive. But the Y theory of management, where you have to discipline, you have to punish, you have to drive staff, is one that really makes people to be productive, because everybody is afraid of the manager is going to come, is going to deduct my salary, is going to give me, remove my off days, is going to, so people tend to really want to work because they don't want to be punished. So the same thing with children. It's the same thing. If you want to help children, to let them cultivate good habits, you must use the Skinnerian model conditioning. You must then, if you do something that is wrong, you get punished. If you do what is right, you get rewarded. And that is the way it is. And that is what we grew up to. We were beaten mercilessly. Not just beaten. It depends on the degree of your action. If the degree of your action is so bad, you get beaten seriously. If what you have done is so small, you just get little spanking. And that is the way we grew up. And that is what have shaped the way we are. And I ask people my age, my generation, and even younger ones, that okay, now you went through all this. I'm not saying that no, you have to talk to your children, you don't have to beat them and all those ones. And I keep asking them, do you want to tell me that method that was used for you failed? Did the method work or not? If that method worked, then why do you want to change it? Don't change a winning team. So if it worked for you, that it did not allow you to become someone worse because you were beaten. You know that you'll be beaten if you tell a lie. If you steal, you'll be beaten. And it helped us to live a life that we stayed away from vices. Why do you now want to say that you cannot use it for your own children? And it's the same conditioning, the same mentality that we begin to see, that they tell you talk with them, don't spank them. Children can also reason. You reason with children, you talk with them, they will be able to tell you what they feel and all those ones. And it's the same thing that has made children to be very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. You are in a conversation with your friend that came to visit you, and your child will put his mouth. We dare not do it in our own days. Once a visitor, my father's friend, comes into the sitting room, we disappeared. You don't even stay around. You just find an excuse to leave the sitting room and find somewhere to go and play. But now they will sit down, and as you are talking, they want to now put their mouth and they want to also say something. That's the level of this, because we want to hear them. We feel if you don't hear them, you won't know what is wrong with them. And it's what has really made everything to go bonkers. And that is why I tell people, no, if it worked for us, then we must use it for our own children. We don't have to shy away from it. And the scripture is right about it, that you have to discipline a child. You spare the rod, you spoil the child. And there is no counsel that is greater than that. So people should need to really go back and see that if it worked for us, our generation, why can't we use it for our own children?
Just as I initially said about discipline being a very controversial topic, like you explained that back in those days, scolding children helped them to be better. But we can actually attest to the fact that gentle parenting has helped children to be expressive. And there are some adults of nowadays who had trauma of their parents beating them and how they were not able to express their personal feelings to their parents. So I would like to say, do you believe that? I believe that parenting of then, I don't think it really worked, to be honest, because I feel like the parents were not able to connect with the children on a deeper level. And like you said, that children are now very disrespectful, but we also had children of those days who were also very disrespectful. So I don't even know what to say about it.
So let me come in and let me clear the air about people that really say, okay, the trauma of their days, they were beaten, it depends on who is handling the discipline. And that is because if as a parent you were bitter and you are not correcting your children in love, that bitterness is what makes them to also rebel. You understand? Because they are looking at you and they are not seeing you from the angle of you want their lives to be better. They are looking at it from the angle that you are just a wicked father. You are a wicked mother. And so whatever you do for them, they will never appreciate. But when you look at it, when they see you that my father is a loving father, my mother is a loving father, wants the best for me, whatever you do for them, they see that it's part of you carrying out your duty as a parent to make their lives to be better. Let me use this example to help to clear that. I have people that will come around and tell me, I lived with my aunt, I lived with my mom's, my dad's brother, I lived with someone, I lived with a neighbor, and they are so wicked that even when I just say something, I do something sometimes, they beat me or they talk to me, they abuse me, and they see it as they are wicked to them. And one day I asked a young lady that your mother, if you had been with your mother, that thing you did, won't she have beaten you? Said she will beat me. Now the person beat her and saying that she's wicked. Because the belief is that once you're not living with your parents, you're living with someone, they are wicked to you. That's the way people see it. So it's a matter of mentality. The way we see things is perception. It's perception. So parents, like now, even in schools, you say no more capital punishment. You don't beat people in school and all those ones. They withdrawn it. But go to school and see what the children have become. And the reason why they say no beating, some teachers will come and they will beat a child mercilessly to the extent that they may even damage the child's eye, do something that is bad for the child. So sometimes, in the process of trying to correct something, the society overcorrects, and they now put an hindrance to a natural way of helping the system to grow better. It's overcorrection, and that's what has really happened. That okay, parents don't want to beat their children because some beat their children and the children turn out to be rebels and all those ones. So it's better we talk to your children, but it doesn't work that way. Actually, most of people you mentioned that their parents spoke with them and all those ones, you find that they are deficient in certain things in life. As adults, you find that their ability to I won't say maneuver, their ability to go through life and come out of it balanced is not there. It's not there because they are not used to that kind of a lifestyle that you get beaten, you get roughened and all those ones. So once it comes to them, they see it as suffering and they begin to look at the other person in a negative perspective. And some of us that we have grown that say, my mother have beaten me to a level that I cannot even really say. So if someone now I know that wants to help me also deals with me that way, I will not have any negative thoughts towards that person. At least that the person is only trying to just help me get things done in the right way. So talking to them is good, but naturally you can't. What do you want to talk with a child that will reason with you? A child is a child. Their reasoning capacity is not that of an adult. So what are you reasoning? What are you reasoning with a child? Give the information. The child violates the thing, you have to spank the child as a lesson that you don't cross this line. Then when you do that, then like the Yorubas will say, you discipline a child with the right hand, you use the left hand to bring the child together to show love to that child. So if you discipline a child, let the child realize that it is out of love. Use the other hand to bring the child closer and let the child, I love you and I'm correcting you because I want you to become a better person.
All right, so I get what you mean now. So when you want to scold your children, at least scold them with love.
With love.
I get it now. All right, so we are very quick to blame young people when something goes wrong. But how much of their behavior is actually a reflection of what they've seen from the adults and the society around them?
And as I said earlier, when I started, that we look, if you are not comparing the children of this generation, if you look at them, you say, yes, these are superb beings. So it's because it is what they see, what they grew up to know is what they are reflecting back to the society. And that's why I'm not quick to blame them for certain things. In one of our episodes, I mentioned the fact that if you see a young lady today that is having this entitlement mentality in a relationship, you can't blame her. That is what she knows. That if you're in a relationship, the man must give you things, buy phone for you, do this for you. A friend was narrating his experience. He went to visit a lady the first time and the lady welcomed him and he was there. Of course, they had good conversation and all those ones. And he felt, okay, let me visit her again, and sent her a message, oh, I'm around the area, can I come and visit you? And the lady was like, why do you want to come? I gave you the opportunity the first time to come and you came empty-handed. And the guy was empty-handed. Why? What is empty-handed? So ladies now feel, okay, if you are coming to visit me, bring something else, you are coming. Well, the moment you talk to a lady now that, oh, I like you, can we be friends, can we be close, say fine, no problem, then you start seeing bills. Start seeing bills, because that is the society that they grew up into. That the lady is just there, once you are beautiful, then you have guys that will come around and your bills will be settled. It's different from the olden days when things are not like that. So it is important that we really don't really blame this generation. All we can do is to help them reset their mentality that things are not supposed to be like that. Things are not that way. And we can also help them tell them this is the way things are supposed to be.
All right. Thank you so much for that, sir. Just as we have said that schools play a huge role in shaping young people's lives, and the way the educational system has changed so much from what it used to be, do you think that they are still doing enough in teaching character responsibility, critical thinking, and life skills alongside academics to children of nowadays?
Yeah, we go back to the same thing that we are saying. Even teachers depend on the internet to prepare their lesson notes. Teachers depend on the prevalent culture to teach the children what they should know. I have the same problem with my kids. Some of the things that we say that we argue with is not so. But I fall back on the scriptures and I take them back to the scriptures to see this is what I'm talking about. I'm not living based on the prevalent culture. My lifestyle, my everything is based on what is in this book. So the only thing I do is to let them see that this is the right way to live. This scripture, this book, whatever is in this book is the right one. Whatever you see around is not better than what is here. So I have a template I can draw them back to. But if people now just want to teach based on what they see around them, they will still keep teaching them the same thing, reinforcing the things that they already know. That I must stand up. Of course, they will tell you as a child, stand up for yourself. But standing up for yourself does not mean you abuse another person. And that's what some of them do. Does not mean you speak back in a very disrespectful way to another person. Even if you are right, there are ways to express yourself that you don't have to be disrespectful. But some of them don't know that. You understand? I was in a discussion one day and someone was justifying the fact that even if you're in a bus, public bus, and you have paid your fare and another person have paid our own fare to understanding, you don't have to stand up for them. You paid. Why are you standing up for the other person to sit? It's about their rights. I've paid for that service. I should get it. I don't have to skip it or give it to another person. But when we're going to school in Molue, we dare not sit when an elderly person is standing. So all students will stand because once you see an elderly person, you stand up. Daddy, why joke? Mommy, why joke? But nowadays, you go enter BRT in Lagos, you see all the children sitting and see the elderly one standing, and nobody's going to stand for them. You cannot even tell them to stand. You tell, why should I stand? I paid. I paid. So that is just it. So we need to really have something to draw the attention of our kids to, the children to, that this is the right way to live our life. This way is not actually the right one. It's just a passing one, and it's going to keep changing and keep changing. Why not stay with something that has endured for a long time, and we do it that way?
Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that, sir. Just as we have been saying that times have changed, and we know that young people are growing up with technology that the previous generations could never have imagined. And we have AI now. People are using AI for everything, and like you said, even schools are incorporating AI in their learning system. Do you think we are preparing them to use these tools responsibly, or are we simply giving them access and hoping that they will figure things out themselves?
Who is training them that way? I will give him personal experience. Many times I've fought with my son on when we chat. He's always quick to do voice notes, and I've told him, if you do voice notes next time, I will block you, because it's a sign that you don't even know how to communicate through writing. I don't want to see you writing between and put B/W. Write it out fully. I found that now ask even university students to write essays for you. You see that it's showing that they don't type. They don't write. Now AI, you want to, okay, go and write an article. Then we go to AI, will write it for them, and they will give it back to you like that. So you find that because things are getting easier for them to do, and everybody wants the easy way out, so they're going to do that way. Many times I've argued with AI, especially when I know I'm talking about something I know, and AI will want to tell you this is, I say no, it's not so. It tells you, I say it's not so. Many times, especially when you are talking about issues that they think, if the AI think it's no longer relevant to this generation, to the life we live now, I say no. Okay, I want to write something. You know, this one is not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be there. And if I have the time, I will now take the AI down the lane. Okay, no, this, remove this. This is, and that is where it's supposed to be. But now in the times of AI now, it's even going to get worse for this generation, because they are not going to rely on their natural intelligence, but they are going to rely on artificial. And artificial intelligence is garbage in, garbage out. It's what people that put those resources, those materials there, AI is only reflecting their own thoughts to you. So if in a way you are just going to become like who they want you to become, you cannot become the real man that you are supposed to be. So that is the issue we have.
So we have spoken about a lot of issues. So now let's end with solutions. If we genuinely want to raise a generation that is responsible, productive, and confident, what are the 3 things parents, schools, and society must start doing differently right now?
Thank you. Let's use the basic things, what is common to families. Number 1, access to phone. For children, let's fix a particular age that a child should not have access to a normal Android phone or iPhone. Even they have to use phones, let's restrict them to the normal, just the one for calling. They can only call, they cannot have access to the web space where they will have to do things on the web, because that is where many of them are getting it wrong. Schools should stop giving assignments to secondary school students, go to the internet and solve this. If teachers cannot teach them enough that they can do the assignments without going to the internet, then the teachers have failed. You must be able to do that. Even at home, I've said it many times, even in the home, you get to the home and look at the average home where you have teenagers and even people in their university days. We don't have a common television at home again, like we grew up to know. In my home, it's just one television. The father, the mother, and all the children stick to the television. And the remote, before the remote came, it's the father that changed, that determines what you watch. The Olu, NTA. It's you that you put it in NTA. After some time, put it in LTV, Lagos Television. You put it there. Put it this one in this one. You put it there. And when he's satisfied with it, okay, past now you have listened to NTA News. Everybody go and sleep off the TV. But that is the right. We are saying that children have the right to determine what they want to watch. They don't. We should not encourage it. So let's go back to one screen for the family, where everybody watch one screen. So if you come home, even for those universities, you have your tab. Keep your tab away at certain hours of the day, and everybody reports to the sitting room between 7 and 9. Let's have a family reunion every night, and let's watch the same thing. Let us discuss the same thing, and that is the way we can help our children to shape their mentality. But the way it is now, many parents cannot even tell you what their children are capable of doing. And the worst of it is that if you go to the worst of it, I tell people that where parents have really failed, go to any wedding ceremony today and see parents. They'll be there, and you see the things the children will be doing in the name of wedding, and the parents will be comfortable seated there. For someone like me, it can't happen anyway. Parents will be comfortable. Their children will be doing rubbish during wedding ceremony, and they'll be clapping and they'll be dancing, just to show that parents have lost it. A lot have lost it. They can't even control their children. If you cannot control a secondary school child, how can you control someone that has just passed out of university? It's not possible. Like I said earlier, my sister in Yaba Tech doing HND does not have the boldness to bring a guy to stand beside the house that he wants to come and greet her. And that is what today secondary school girls, their parents know their boyfriend.
So what sums up everything you have said is parents should be more disciplined with their children. Yes. All right. So thank you so much for joining us on the show today, Dr. Adeolu.
Yeah, you are welcome. It's a pleasure being here, and I look forward to the next episode.
Always a pleasure having you here. So today's conversation has reminded us that raising the next generation is not the responsibility of parents alone. It's something that we all have a role in. The home matters, the school matters, the community matters. So instead of asking what is wrong with young people today, we should actually ask ourselves, what are we showing them? Because the next generation is watching. All right. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being a part of Beyond the Hype.
Atayese Radio, your voice, your nation. Atayese Radio, Atayese Radio, lifting you higher, hope on the air. We light the fire. Atayese Radio, Atayese Radio, we rise together. Atayese Radio, your voice, your nation. Atayese